Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be doing my updated foundation routine, and I've been using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. It is the best foundation for dry skin that I think I've ever discovered, and I've really dry skin. And the other product I want to talk about in this video is the Maybelline Master Fix powder. This is really great for baking under your eyes, and it's really great for setting your face. It really does a great job at blurring out your imperfections and making sure that it all just kind of looks the same texture. If you have bigger pores or you have some dry spots, this is really good to help cover up those different kind of areas of your face to make it all look pretty even. So if you want to see how I do my foundation every day and also how I do my eyebrows, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm first going to show you how I do my eyebrows because I feel like it's kind of a part of a foundation routine. So I've been using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in taupe, and I've been really liking it. It's only $10 at the drugstore, which is really great because it's a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and a lot of people I've heard have said that they don't like this because they feel it's kind of dry, but I really don't see any difference between this and the Anastasia one. I used to use the Anastasia one, and it's pretty much the exact same thing, except the Anastasia one is $22 and this is $10. And I think a lot of people might be biased towards Anastasia. I have a hair in my mouth right now, because Anastasia sends out a lot of free product to bigger YouTubers. That's kind of why I feel like people might be a little biased, but the NYX one honestly is just as good. Then I just take this Essence Clear Brow Gel, and I try to get like very little of the gel on here because it's kind of shiny, which I don't necessarily like, so I just try not to use too much. Now, the primer I've been using, just like everyone else in the world right now, is this Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm, and this is the sensitive one. And I just take like a pea-sized amount, and I rub it between my hands, and then apply it to my face, and you have to rub it in until it's tacky. And it does a pretty good job at making your makeup last, and it actually is really good for dry skin. It's like really moisturizing, which I need since my face is so dry. I also use the Baby Skin Primer from Maybelline. I really like this stuff, and you just need like the smallest little amount, and I only put it right here on my face because I have like not big pores there, but like with foundation they can kind of look emphasized, and I obviously don't want that, so I just kind of press it into my face. So the foundation I'll be using today, and what I've been using for a few weeks now, is this Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and this is in the lightest shade, Porcelain. I really like this foundation. I just need like a pump and a half, like that, and it covers my whole face and my neck. I love this foundation. I really think that it's one of the best foundations on the market for dry skin. Now, for oily skin, I would say you probably wouldn't like this if you have oily skin, because I do notice that after a few hours, I have like a little bit of oil on my face, but I have really dry skin, so I want to look oily. But if you have anywhere towards like normal or oily skin, you probably wouldn't like this. I do notice that it does feel a little heavy on my face after a little while, and it isn't the best with like longevity. It doesn't really last as long as I would like it to, but since I have such dry skin, I'm willing to give up those two other factors and still wear it because it's that good for dry skin. Like, it's honestly one of the best foundations I've ever used for dry skin. And I don't just have like slightly dry skin. Like, my face is very dry, very flaky and it does not look good with many foundations, like very few. Even right after I apply most foundations, you can see it on my face. This, you can't even tell that I have anything on my face. After a few hours you can, but honestly, I don't even care because it looks so good. Like, it doesn't make my face look like crinkly. And you can see that it is a little bit dark for me. It's kind of more on the yellow side where I'm more neutral. I'm definitely not a pink undertone, but I'm definitely not yellow either. Okay, so I just blend all that in and I put a little on my neck because it is a little dark for me. So now I'm going to move on to concealer, and I've been using the Fit Me concealer, and this is in light. I really like the applicator on this. I really like doe foot applicators. It's so much easier than like having to use a pump or something. Much easier just to use this. So just dot it under my eyes, and I first blend it out with my finger like this. And I'll just put the leftover around my nose. And then I just use a sponge. The sponge helps absorb anything extra, so you could press in the concealer that you need, and then you could get rid of the extra with the sponge, so it's not like too much. So that's what I do for the foundation and concealer part of this. Now the next product I want to talk about is this powder, and this is the Maybelline Master Fix loose powder. It just recently came out at the drugstore. This powder I really like to bake, oh my god, bake with, and I never thought that I would be one of those people who like is obsessed with baking their face. I actually like hate the term, it just sounds so stupid to me, but I guess it makes sense. But I like to put it, like, you can't even see it on that eye. For some reason that always happens to me. I just put it under my eyes, and this really helps to prevent the creasing that happens under my eyes, and it happens a lot. And then I put a lot right on my nose because I wear glasses all the time. You guys don't ever see them because they have such a bad glare when I'm filming, but I always wear glasses, and the part that rests on your nose always wipes away my foundation, and it's so annoying. It's like awful. So I have to really set my nose area so that it doesn't wipe off completely, because it will. And then to set the rest of my face, I take this Sonia Kashuk brush. It's just like a domed, it's not really a kabuki because it's not as dense as a kabuki, and I just take a little and set my face with this foundation. I definitely have to set my face if I want the foundation to last more than like a few hours, but I don't even mind it because if you have dry skin, you'll totally understand this, that when your face finally starts producing oils or even looks oily, like, it's exciting. I'm like, oh my god, I look oily. It's great. So definitely if you have combination or normal skin, you're gonna want to set this, but if you have dry skin, you should use like a loose powder or something and just dust it on your face because it does help it last a lot longer. So while this is in the oven or baking, I'm going to contour, and I'm using the Anastasia contour kit, and I'm using this middle shade here, and I'm using a face brush from Real Techniques, and I like to contour my cheekbone area. And I'm really not like specific about how I do this. I don't even contour every day. A lot of the times I'll just wear foundation and concealer and just like put on some highlighter. But just to show you what I would do, this is all I do. I'm really not like specific with how it ends up looking as long as it doesn't look like awful. Then I just take a blush brush from Real Techniques with the same bronzer, and I apply this to my forehead area because I don't feel the need to contour my forehead. I just like to put some bronzer up there so it matches. And then just a little bit on my neck, just to match everything. Now, people say you should let your highlight bake for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, I mean, not 10 minutes. Usually I don't ever let it sit for that long because I don't have the patience. So I just take this Real Techniques setting brush and just wipe it in a downward motion. And as you can see, it does a really nice job of brightening up your under eye or wherever you put it. Gives you a nice little like highlight there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to highlighting, and I'm using the Physicians Formula highlighter brick first, and I just use those lighter shades, and I just press it into my face just on the highest point of my cheekbones. I really don't like to bring it in too far because it can make your face look rounder, brings more of the attention to the center of your face, and I want to elongate my face, not make it any more round than it is. Now I'm going to take Tarte's Angelic highlighter, and I got this in a set in Christmas like 2 years ago, so I don't think you can buy this exact highlighter, but I know they sell highlighters that are probably like the exact same shade. And now for blush. I don't wear blush every day, but today I'm going to wear this Tarte blush, and this is in Stellar. It's a really nice neutral brown. And I'm going to use an angled brush from MAC. And again, I'm going to avoid the center of my face. So, just like that. And now the last step is a spray, and this is a spray I made myself, and it's all it is water and pure glycerin, which I bought at CVS. And you just put in, it's like 90% water, like a teaspoon of glycerin, and I just put it in there, mix it up, and I spray it a few times on my face. It really helps blend the layers together, especially if you have on a lot of powder that day for any specific reason. It will really help blend all of those layers together, like the foundation and the powder and everything, so it doesn't look like you have much on your face. If you go overboard with your makeup, it brings it down, and it also moisturizes your face a lot. So if you have really dry skin, that's a great DIY for you to make. It's really similar to MAC Fix Plus and all things like that. I'm sorry, I'm like so washed out right now. The only thing you do have to be careful of is that because it's only glycerin and water, it does take a little while to dry, and it can make your face really sticky. So don't go overboard, and make sure you wait till your face is completely dry before you touch it, because it takes a little bit longer to dry than most other setting sprays. But guys, that is it for my everyday foundation routine. Amazing for dry skin, and if you like this video or you have any questions, you can let me know down below, and I'll be sure to answer those comments, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!